As you can see right here, the neighborhood is basically confirmed. The city park. They already said it was streamlined, more romantic. That just means condensed. City park. They're basically saying the city's gonna be the park. That basically says the neighborhood. I know a lot of y'all are excited about that. We will get more into that later. We got the first builds for NBA 2K26. We're gonna be breaking it down. 2K26 is now making a standalone college game, not the DLC anymore. You know, it just got revealed. New information that you have not heard, okay? It just happened. And we got a lot more other things to talk about. Y'all be sure to subscribe and like if you want more NBA 2K26 updates without the throat hugs on the knees, okay? But yeah, this is better than the city. It caused lag, latency, etc. But when the neighborhood came, people stopped getting as many back-to-back games. A lot of y'all, that's y'all's era, so that's why you miss it. But there was a time before the neighborhood, and you could get way more games when compared. I was in both eras, okay? Some of y'all was just in the neighborhood era, so you don't really understand. And this is also when they started implementing, you know, more courts further apart, people able to be in that park and not even playing, you know, very dumb. All they got to do is overfill the park. Whatever they do, all they have to do is overfill it. You guys have to spread my words, okay? I'm the only with the 2K Bible. I know how to make 2K way more enjoyable for everyone. They have to overfill so people will play other people that are on streaks, etc. That's the only way. There has to be more people in the park than there are courts, because that's why people are running, because they have a choice. Everything's overfilled. They going to play games that are right there instead of going to try to find a bot. You know, everyone in the park is horrible, by the way. So like, you running from people, you got to be like lowest of the low. I'm not gonna hold you. But yeah, that's how you fix that. Now, if you guys haven't seen, I was the first to spread this info about the cleaned up image that they showed you right here, right? And we already heard from Nephew Demi, right? He's saying tall builds are gonna be back. The tall dribble gods are going to be back. OP. And this is the first build they showed us. Y'all see what it's saying? Versatile threat, productive on both ends, drive, hit deep with space, finish around, size with strength. I don't know what you talking about, AI. Basically make OP Draymond Green builds. Now these things right here, this could give you an indication on when you match up versus people in the park, rec. Maybe they have scouting notes. Y'all know how y'all see people's ratings and stuff? Maybe it'll show this, you know, basically tell you buddy can't shoot, struggles versus quicker guards, shot selection questionable, turnover prone under pressure. It could show y'all this. You know, they did say stuff about the insights. I have no idea. Maybe these insights boost you in some way. Insights to your build. If y'all been paying attention, y'all gotta watch my last video. E&R ball handler. What if this is like a new thing, a new badge, new attribute to try to stop the L2 cheese? You know, if you ain't got no damn ball handling, you getting ripped. That would be incredible. I could be reaching. I don't know. This is what the AI gave me. Help D. Maybe this will be an attribute or like interceptor or something. Now, there's something else I want to show y'all. So this guy commented it under my tweet saying standing reach now factors into builds. Says buddy got an 8.9 standing reach. This is big because IRL I have an 8.4 standing reach. So my guards have the potential to be complete defensive monsters. Now, why are you playing 2K? Why are you playing 2K? Man, you better go out there, boy. I don't know how he decoded this word to standing reach. I don't know. Y'all let me know if y'all figured it out. But he's saying this is like the standing reach because, you know, right here is the wingspan, right? And I don't know what this is another height. I don't know what the hell this is. So I could be standing reach. Another guy cleaned up the image, and as you can see, it says the age. But that don't make sense. So that could be the standing wingspan. I don't know. And as you can see right here, it's telling you the positives and negatives about the player. Player insights. Link. Probably not. Somebody commented, right? Because I wasn't understanding why they didn't put 16. I think I probably said this. I don't even remember. He said they didn't put 2K16 because they put NBA 2K16 in NBA 2K26. That's why they couldn't show it. That's a reach. Who knows? I doubt it though. There's no way. I just found that hilarious. And then, you know, they showing the arcade. So arcade style, I don't know why y'all refer to the golden era as arcade games, even though they were way more realistic. Makes no sense. Just because it wasn't slow and clunky, it's arcade. I don't understand. Now this right here, people done told me in the Discord, by the way, y'all join it, link in description, that this is, you know, breaking the glass, signifying that dunking will be OP. I mean, why else would they put this? Maybe there's a game mode or dunking is OP as hell. Breaking 2K plans standalone college basketball game. So, you know, they got denied with their add-on to the damn game through my team. God damn, they tripping. So they saying we could do a standalone. Need to reiterate, there's no guarantee 2 games come? 2 basketball college games. Oh, he says it's very unlikely. So he's saying one of these guys are going to win and it's probably going to be EA. Just because 2K is planning for its own game doesn't mean it's going to happen. CLC recommendation could move forward and would give EA exclusive rights. Now, would y'all want multiple or the exclusive rights, man? Hopefully it's multiple. So he's saying he spoke with 2K and he believes, and they believe, that they could make a college basketball game way quicker than EA due to its already pre-built engine. Copy paste, copy paste. And they're probably gonna say, you know, it's proven to have people play on it and spend money on it, unlike them. And giving us a college basketball game of a copy paste, copy paste. Guys, please spread my words. All they gotta do is make a college basketball game golden era and a $1 billion idea. EA or 2K. Trying to make some new simulation, this slow and clunky movement is not it. But it would allow for the game to be released by at earliest 2027. Y'all excited for that? Now, in their standalone game, they saying more than hundreds men's and women's teams are expected in 2K Sports standalone, with 4 programs like UCLA, Houston, Michigan State in the mix. Hey, and you can see he dropped his report right here. I quickly want to go over what Mike Wang has to say about NBA2K26, because you know it was deeper than the courtside report, right?
With a big topic, and one that I know many in the community have shared a lot of thoughts on. It's been a very hot topic this year indeed. So today, what we want to share is that one of the dev team's themes was ensuring a skill-based gameplay experience where you feel more in control and you feel that what you're doing on the sticks, on the controller, is more reflected by what you're seeing on your screen. And that is...
Now look, this is to bait us back in, guys. This clearly tells you that they know the RNG was OP in the game, and the reason they did that is to try to force people to play certain ways. And I always told y'all, that's not it. It's not good for skilled players or NPC negative win percent, Sim Nation, ethical bucket bots. This whole trying to bring down the top and bring up the bottom is not going to make the bottom happy. In life, there has to be structure or there's chaos, and no one likes it.
Is an overall theme, so you're going to feel it across shot outcome, blocks,
Look,
steals,
listen,
loose balls, rebounds,
they know.
and more.
Guys, you hear what he's saying. He's not even on the dev team. They know what we want. That's why I tell you, it's a choice. It is a choice how they make the game, guys. It's literally a choice. They know the rebounding out. It's scripted. It's meant to be like that. They think overall, this makes the most people have fun when it doesn't. The reason you're not getting that steal, they know. The reason you're not getting that board, they know. They're trying to give the other team a chance to create a high ending moment. Like, oh man, we got lucky. We just won by 3 at the end of the game. Green in his face. They're trying to create that rush, them endorphins, because it makes people like connected to what they do. They're using the gambling tactics. You know, you missed and you make it, oh, we're coming back. You know, then all them chemicals start releasing in you. It's making you intertwine with the game. It's scripted, guys, and it's not cool. But once you're aware this is happening, you get very upset and infuriated, right? And it makes the game damn near unplayable. Like every now and then it's okay, but when it's so bad, it's just it's unplayable.
Or across just how gameplay feels this year. Now, Stacks, I know we can't leave the community here with a broad theme and no details, so there are a couple things that we can say today, so listen closely. The first one, higher difficulties are going to play with green or miss jump shot timing. Now, when we say higher difficulties, that includes most competitive multiplayer modes that many of you all play. So in those modes, you're not going to see early or late releases going in on those difficulties, which I think is a very welcome news to many of you.
Now, a lot of people were excited about this. This doesn't matter. Green or miss is just visual. 2K24 was not the hardest shooting 2K. It's just visual. Those whites that would go in older 2Ks were literally just greens. There's a green window. There's a make percent window. So those whites are within the make percent. And sometimes even when you green it, it'll still give you a white. It's just visual, guys. You're missing greens. Do you guys know that? We've been missing greens in every 2K. You can perfectly time your shot and miss it. That means you're missing a green. You just can't tell because it doesn't show up as green. It'll say slightly late or early, even though you perfectly timed the shot. You feel me? So all that hate to past games, missing greens, guys, we're still missing. All this green or miss stuff, it's just visual. None of it really matters. Just say you guys want an easier shooting system or a harder shooting system and refer to that specific 2K. You guys are talking way too broad. I know some of y'all be mad at like literally if I go play with normal risk, with high risk, I'm gonna make more shots than on normal risk. If I play on normal risk, all my shots are gonna be green. It's just gonna, those greens that I would make on high risk, they're just, some of them are just gonna be white on normal risk. It's mainly just a visual thing, guys. You guys be so like cooked. But yeah, this really doesn't mean much, guys. They're just gonna open the make percent window for this green or miss thing. They're gonna open the make percent window. It's not gonna be the small green one. They're gonna open it and just make way more shots green. 2K Lab already confirmed this. I was telling everybody before it was even a thing, man. But yeah.
Second thing, the shot meters and the dunk meters are both going to show you your green windows in 2K26. That was a point of feedback that came up a lot, and even as the year went on, I kept seeing that many weren't getting used to the new 2K25 shot meters, especially slashers. I gave that feedback a lot. So in 2K26, the meters are going to have the green windows again. One more.
I seen a lot of people excited about that. That was okay, but I heard you could cheat with that thing. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know why they took it out. I guess they took it out because the cheaters, but for them to bring it back, would that mean that they found out a way to ban these? Because if they're putting the green back, they just like, I don't care. Y'all don't care. We're just gonna let the cheaters shine. I don't know.
Thing here, layup timing is going to be permanently enabled in multiplayer mode. That means you're not going to be seeing real player percentage layups go over you anymore with someone
WRL,
yeah. All the layups need to be timed in those modes. But those of you who are newer to the game, we do want to clarify that you shouldn't think that you aren't going to be able to make a layup anymore. This is not meant to make it really hard.
And this is not in the court side report. He's saying wide open, you're going to be able to make them.
Hard for you to make your open layups, but rather to separate the really good finishers from the weaker ones, and definitely to make sure that there's more skill involved.
The layups have always been pretty bad with the timing. So I really wonder how they're going to make it viable, because they can't really balance it. They're going to have to make layups decent. It's either layups are going to be trashed or crazy broken. They're going to have to make like either no defense in the game, or it's just going to be hella easy to time. I don't know why 2K has such a problem with balancing things.
Green or miss shot timing, green windows on the shot meter and dunk meter, and layup timing being enabled. So hopefully those are all good news to you. I see the chat is happy, it seems. It seems like they are. And there is a lot more that we will be sharing later when we do our full gameplay breakdown. But for now, you'll have to be patient and the details will come here before you know it. By the way, Mike is not going to be answering questions today. I know you all love hearing from him, but he is a very, very busy guy right now. He and his whole team and the whole dev team are working on the game to be ready for you all. So we're going to wait until after the full reveal of these modes and gameplay to answer any questions. So Mike is not going to be answering questions today. Don't blame him. Let the man work. He is very busy right now. He and his entire team are working on finishing 2K26 for you all.
Now look, this right here says that Mike Wang was ashamed. Usually come up on here talking of how bad 2K25 was. Shamed, guys. He's not busy. He's not busy, bro. They choose to do all the gameplay at the end of these past couple months. The game's not even finished right now, guys. You guys didn't know. A lot of insider people that go test the game and devs, they done told me that they create the gameplay like the last 2 months of the game. What the I'm so serious. They said they do everything else beforehand, and then they be doing stuff like hella years before. This is crazy. I'm so serious. But Mike Wang is ashamed, because if y'all go look, for y'all that be crazy excited, especially y'all that aren't creators, what's wrong with you guys? Like, we just came off the worst 2K. And then before that, the worst 2K. And then before that, the worst 2K. 3 years in a row of worst 2Ks. How are y'all getting excited and y'all like believe what they're gonna say, man? Like, y'all going up and down. Y'all should be skeptical and really flame, so like they got more pressure to make a more fun game so you can have more fun. Do y'all think praising and always falling for something is going to get you a better product in the end? Or do y'all think being skeptical and be like, man, y'all, which one do you think is gonna help you get a better product? I already know y'all NPCs are commenting, stop banning the game, we need to boycott. That's never happening. Shut up. Stop. There's no point to even comment that shit, bro. It's not gonna happen. It's the only basketball game. It's always gonna get bought. It's connected to a sports title. It will never die, guys. It will never die. It's connected to sports. A sport where most Americans play growing up or intertwined with. You get to see NBA players the most. Guys, it's not going anywhere. The only way something will be able to happen is if the top 300 creators ever grace 2K come together and do something. One person, you commenting, if I quit and did a nothing would happen. So there's no point to even type that. The only way is to just flame the game and go Karen. So y'all gotta chill with all that. Stop buying it stuff. It's kind of pointless. say, bro. Like, I don't think you guys understand. Like, I have no influence. Someone with 1 million subscribers has no influence. You have to get the 300 of the biggest creators ever to start a movement. And the only reason you would have to get creators is because they have influence, right? And then you got to hold your own people accountable, guys. Y'all, for some, 99.999% of their money comes from people like you guys, not creators. You guys are lost. I don't know. There's some people that think they get like 40% of their money from creators. What the f is going on? You guys know how many people buy the game and how many creators there are? I don't know what's going on.
Obviously, one of the first things many of you do in 2K is you go into the builder and you experiment, right? That is such an important part of every 2K for you. And the dev team has taken time to add more previews and more quality of life improvements through that process.
There's more previews in the builder, yo.
So there's going to be multiple things that we can talk about later, but one example that we can share today of what that might mean is a nice little addition that you can now preview the body types that you'll be able to unlock.
Preview your body
right from
types
inside the builder. Because I've seen
I wish they would just let us have our body types. It wasn't broken or none of that.
many people make a build, they save it, then they go and check the body types. And then if it doesn't have the ones they want, they back out, tweak it a little bit, and then repeat and repeat and repeat. That's kind of time consuming. So you will not have to do that anymore. You will be able to see the body types before you are done with your build. And that is just one example of some of the improvements to the builder, some of the quality of life upgrades that we're going to talk about more later in the summer.
Fresh playstyles year round. Okay, let's talk about
fresh
that
playstyles. So for them to make fresh playstyles, they're gonna have to make everything broken. To be honest, I mean that's what they don't have to. I think that's what they're gonna do. Like 2K19, a lot of stuff way too broken. And you know, nephew, he was saying that 19 shooting system, 19 pure locks, but they also, before some 2Ks, he was talking about some 2K19 and it was nothing like that. So I think it's like they know what the community wants, but they don't do it. And they're like hinting at it, but then they don't do it. This funny as hell. Like they'd be straight up lying.
Yeah, so of all the feedback this year, it has been consistent that many people in the community love Capbreak, right? In case you weren't locked into 2K25, you don't know what that is. What Capbreakers do is they allow you to improve your build even after you finish making it. So you can make the attributes even better, and then that unlocks the badges and animations, and then your build continues to stay fresh. So
you're talking about this during the playstyles.
Capbreakers will be back in 2K26. There will also be other new ways to improve your build and earn those Capbreakers that we're going to talk about.
Other new ways to improve your builds and earn cap breakers. This is sounding broken, bro. Like they're trying to find, guys, listen. 2K's standpoint is to always implement something new to where they always break every microtransaction record. They introduced cap breakers, broke every record, 5 more build slots, and way more things, tighter on the VC, etc. So even if the game sells less and less people play it, they're gonna keep breaking records. He just told you there's gonna be new ways to get cap break, basically saying that there's gonna be more cap breakers in the game on your build. There might be 20 build slots. You gonna be able to buy your badges. They gonna introduce it in one of them 2Ks. I do not like that. But this is just sounding crazy, bro. And then they're saying this during the fresh play styles. Like, how many cap breakers are they gonna give us? Like, why is that a whole segment of like fresh play styles? Like, are you gonna be able to switch your build around? Like, redistribute the attributes? There's no way. But you gotta like spin VC? That'd be crazy. I don't know.
The other thing that I saw a lot of positive feedback on this year was the takeover system, where you have 5 levels that heat up automatically. You don't need to activate it manually, and then a takeover ability at level 5. That system at its core is back, but it is more in depth now. There are some new mechanics, and the progression is also streamlined. So unlocking takeovers and the pure amount of takeovers and special abilities or takeover abilities, that is not going to be as intimidating anymore in 2K26.
So we don't like the takeover system. When the word streamline basically means make easier. So it's going to be easier to unlock all the takeovers that you're going to get. And yeah.
We're going to talk about takeover and Capbreaker soon, but for now, they are back and they are much improved.
As we keep things moving, I think this right here was something, again, that the community would talk about throughout the life cycle of like any 2K game. And it's my player build diversity. So yeah, what are we talking about there?
Yeah, so build diversity is really important, and the dev team has been working hard to ensure that whether you have a short build, a tall build, or somewhere in between, that there are ways that you can be effective on the court. So when we get to the full 2K26 builder reveal, or when some of our creators have their hands on the builder later,
This basically could signify that you'll be able to dribble. You already know Nephew Demi was saying taller builds will be able to dribble again, dribble more. 6'10" Ben Simmons builds. The only way to have real build diversity is if the shooting is very easy. So we might be going into a very easy shooting 2K. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. There's a lot of people who really want a very easy shooting 2K that act like they want a harder 2K when they really don't. I just want a real 2K. Like, if I'm timing it right, let me make it. Don't play God. I don't know why people confuse people wanting Mike Wang to not play God with their shooting and easy shooting system. You wanting to make the shot because you timed it right is not the same as wanting a super easy shooting 2K. It's not the same thing.
Here in the summer, you'll hopefully notice some of the changes that are striving to hit that goal of build diversity. But that is it for my player for now. There are many, many more details that we just can't share today. I'm excited for what's coming up. Triple Threat Park is back. It has been a very fun first year in 2K25. And look, I know Park is not something many My Team players are used to, but as the year has gone on, I've seen a lot of streams where people are squatting up with some friends and they're really having fun in the park. And even if you don't play My Team, let's say you're a MyCAREER player.
Why don't people like the park for My Team?
Spend all year running the same 4 or 5 builds. If you jump into Triple Threat Park right now, there are so many My Team cards you can pretty easily get, and you only need 1 if you're playing co-op. And then it's basically like playing Park with NBA players. So
Why don't they like it? Oh, because there's lag? I think they're definitely going to keep the park because they're trying to pull park players to become My Team NPCs.
saw someone last week, they've hit level 40 almost every season in MyCAREER, and they posted how they realized that they've also earned a ton of powerful My Team cards at the same time without even knowing it. So because of that, they were kind of able to jump into Park right away with some My Team friends.
Oh, what the hell? I didn't even know that. That's why they was doing it? Oh, I'm finna go to the triple threat. Why haven't I been going to the triple threat? Why don't they like it though?
But anyways, that is enough about 2K25. That's just my view on Triple Threat Park, or 2K26, which is what you guys want to know about when we do get to the full My Team reveal.
You see the bells.
Look forward to us talking about. First, there is a new location for the Triple Threat Park. So the rooftop has been awesome, but we do have a different vibe this year to keep things fresh. There are also new ways to play with or against other people in the park. So squad up with your +1, play new formats that I'm not going to spoil today, but I will say I have seen them be requested often.
New parks, new formats.
Little hint for you there. Lastly, in the park, there have been changes to rewarding with community feedback in mind so that you can earn even more rewards throughout the Triple Threat Park, but we're also going to share more on that in a couple weeks.
All right, perfect. Sounds great. Next up for My Team, we also have King of the Court presented by AT&T. Let's lock in. I know a lot of the My Team fans are excited for this one, so let's hear what we got.
Yes, My Team players, I want you to pay attention to this one because I know you're going to like it. So there's 2 things here to cover. One of the biggest points of My Team feedback that we've heard this past year is how King of the Court was only for a few hours on Saturdays. So if you were out of the house, maybe you work on Saturdays, or maybe you're just in a different time zone where those 4 hours were in the middle of the night for you, and you probably couldn't consistently participate, right? We get that. So in 2K26, the dev team has worked on making King of the Court more accessible. Now it is going to take place across the entire weekend to give you more opportunity to play.
I wonder how that's going to work.
But the other thing about King of the Court is a very, very big one. Because in addition to competing for big amounts of VC, the winner across PlayStation 5 and Xbox each weekend is also going to be competing for a cash prize of $10,000. So we are going to share more details about all of that, but in short,
Cheaters Central, do y'all think they're going to ban everybody that's cheating in My Team?
there will be a cash prize for King of the Court winners in My Team on the weekends. I am very, very excited for this. I hope our competitive community feels similarly. Even now, very often I'll come across like a My Team YouTube channel or social account or something, and they still have like NBA2K23, 250K qualifier, something like that in their bio. So I am hoping to see some great streams, some great videos on the weekends from the King of the Court this year. Yes, you are correct. So MyCAREER is a really important mode to us because so many of you love playing in your NBA careers. It makes sense, right? Who doesn't want to make themselves, put them on an NBA team? It's fun. So this year, the dev team has spent time building out a full prelude story.
Spike
that is
Lee.
called Out of Bounds. Title of it. Now, we're not going to spoil how the story goes, of course, but what we can say is that there are now more consequences to the story games and your
Consequences.
choices. So, for example, if you've got a game and your goal is to outshine your opponent, but you fail, your agent might not be able to get you the best opportunities because you didn't pass those objectives. So it makes things more interesting. And personally, every year, I still start with MyCAREER for at least a few hours before I go into multiplayer in the city and all that. So I'm excited to play through.
Guys, you hear what he said? This is how you know he don't play the game. He says he's going on MyCAREER for a few hours, then going to play. How many hours that means you're on the game?
Through this Out of Bounds storyline myself. Hope you guys are as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Also, where will you go in the NBA draft? It looked like the draft is back.
Well, ultimately, you want to get drafted to the NBA, right? I don't think that's a spoiler. I can say that. The draft is also an area of my career where I've seen brought up a lot in feedback, because it seems like half the community wants to get drafted and half want to pick their team so that they can go to the Lakers and play with LeBron and Luka. Or if you're like Stacks, picking the Knicks, of course, playing with Brunson over there. But our dev team has done the best of both worlds in 2K26. So this year, you can be drafted based on your performance and how well you fit each team. Or you could also bet on yourself. You can pick a team to do a private workout for and try to convince them to draft you instead. So the decision is up to you, whether you want to get drafted.
Good that they got
or pick your
options.
team. And I think it's a pretty nice solution to that feedback where we saw both ends, people who wanted to get drafted and people who wanted to pick their team. Now you can do what you want. Yes, so what does that mean? When teams win championships, they obviously get to hang a banger up, right? Our cover athletes, Thunder Squad, they're about to do that in a few months. Well, now, as you win titles, you will see championship banners actually live in your home arena going forward. So the dev team put a lot of love into this feature. They have carved out a dedicated section in each arena for these banners. And as you play out your franchises, you are going to see all the years of championships hung up there. And the presentation is going to spotlight it to show the hopefully many years of championships you've earned. If you can't win one, you're not going to get one. But hopefully you have many, many years of championships to show up there in the rafters. So we don't have a visual today, but we were going to show you all how this works in August.
Okay, perfect. We also have more customization with unranked MyGM.
Yes, so last year, we brought back MyGM, and even pre-launch, when we announced it, during our Q&As, people were asking about an unranked option. So we didn't do that last year, but this year, we do have that. And in the unranked version of MyGM, you have a lot more freedom. So you can import custom rosters, draft classes, essentially really fine-tune your settings. So last year, if you thought MyGM looked cool, you were interested, but you got turned off by the lack of customization, we think you'll really like this one. People in the chat have been asking us to get to this, hurry up and hurry up. Well, we are going to talk about the city a little bit. And I did want to talk about it first a little bit in general, because in years past, we've heard the feedback about how intimidating the city was, right? We talked about this before, and 2K25 was a huge step to actioning on that feedback. I think I personally noticed it right away this past year, and I think much of the community did as well. Now, we want to get you on the court faster. So this year in 2K26, without showing you the city, because we can't do that just yet, how I would describe it is it's even more
Neighborhood
intimate,
returns.
it's even more accessible, and you can get wherever you want to go really quickly to further build on that big shift last year. So if you've heard the words the city come up before and you thought about that really big map with streets and turns everywhere, that is not how the city is now, and I think you're going to really like the one in 2K26. But what sneak peeks do we have for the community stack? There's a very cool one here.
Neighborhood returns.
So first up, it says there's even more ways to flex and show off in the city. Tell us what that means, Evan.
Right. So all of you in the community love to flex. When we get into August, something you can expect to hear about are multiple new ways of how we're putting a spotlight on players. And one that we thought we would be cool to talk about today, as an example, it's not too big of a spoiler, is our new mode leaderboards. So these rank players by the most wins in places like the theater and the rec. And the cool thing is the top player each day is going to have a big 12-foot statue of their MyPlayer.
Look, this is dope, right? It's cool. They should have been had leaderboards for all this. They've been having leaderboards in games for decades, guys. Decades. I don't know why 2K don't have it. Very weird. But guys, this is gonna be broken. Everybody's gonna cheat to get it. They don't ban cheaters. There's a bunch of over 73%. Stop commenting saying you could believe it's possible. You cannot shoot 70% in 2K from 3. It doesn't let you. It doesn't matter how good you are. Just because you shoot 61 or 62 or 63 doesn't mean just because someone no-lives that they could shoot 70. No, it doesn't work like that. The game doesn't let you shoot that consistent, bro. Don't matter if you have a 99.3 and you did it with the 87 or 73 ball that you got 60. Now you can believe someone with a. It doesn't work like that. They make you miss the higher ratings, the more shots you take. It's just not gonna happen, especially on like 20,000 plus games. Come on, dude. But yeah, they didn't fix the proving ground leaderboard all year, so this is gonna be trash, you know. And they don't ban cheaters, so I mean, unless they got some new method for the leaderboards, which I really doubt, because they didn't fix the proving grounds. They just left it broke. That I don't understand. Maybe they're just trying to use it as a selling point, just getting to buy it because it is enticing to people. Yeah, probably just to get to buy it, and then when you get into the community, which most people don't, you won't know that it's broken.
Built outside of that mode's build. So if you are the #1 player that day, whenever somebody walks in, you are going to be looking down on them, kind of intimidating them. So that is just one example. We can't talk about the other new additions here just yet, but you will hear more very soon later in the summer. There's one more very cool thing though, Stacks, that I have been waiting to talk about. What is it?
Yeah. So this one right here, in terms of people that play in the park and stuff like that, this is probably the #1 thing. And I noticed like a theme throughout this thing is a lot of community feedback. But it says right here, the park gets a makeover. Evan, we need to know what's going on with this.
All right, so we're going to end on one that I think many of you will be really, really happy to hear, because the park is getting a lot of love in 2K26. And we want to call out now that the new designs are focused on more natural and more grounded environments. Because the feedback about what direction many of you want to see the park environments go in,
parks.
that has been heard. So this year you can expect to see designs like ones that are more similar to courts that maybe you might see in the real world, maybe in your cities or neighborhoods.
Rucker Park already leaked.
Like these. And one more thing here on visuals is that there are also new lighting improvements and a fixed time of day. The benefit of that is that it should reduce the amount of harsh shade and harsh sunlight that you may have noticed in the past when you were playing. Both of those things.
Fixed time of day. Does that mean only day? That'd be nice. The night parks, they not it. I know we used to want them hella long ago, but they don't know how to do their night parks right. Like for instance, the old town from 15, how they did that night park was lit. But night parks now, man, they don't hit the same. They still have to make the court bright. Like it has to. But they don't know how to do the night parks right. Some of the best looking courts other than the golden era parks was when like 19 was like morning time. It looked way better than any other, like imagine. Guys, if y'all remember 19 like morning, which you rarely got, that looked way better than all the others. And you're like, bro, people would be much more joy to play that than, but yeah.
Very welcome.
And I'll be hearing some people talking about it wasn't the gameplay, it was the time, the atmosphere, and all this. Idiots, man. People gotta stop talking about games they didn't play, bro. This is ridiculous. It was the gameplay. The gameplay is the only thing that matters. It don't matter it don't matter how you dress up. It does not matter. They give us the best rewards, the best clothing, everything cheap as hell, the best builder, the best parks, the best stages, the most beautiful and enticing. So beautiful that you can walk around and just play music and people watch you. Just like how they do on the Spider-Man when he's just swinging around, you know, on TikTok, them little damn TikTok streams and dances to music on slow-mo. They could do all that and everyone would hate it if the gameplay is trash. The gameplay is what made the great 2Ks great. The gameplay. I don't know how many times I gotta keep telling y'all, bro. And this could be proven. There's hundreds of thousands of differences between the gameplay. It's the gameplay, guys. It's the gameplay. You might hate hearing about a 2K you never got to play, but then you want a 2K that you played. That was back in the day. You are the same. You are the same. Some people are just a little before your era. Don't mean you gotta down talk it, my boy. Feel me? Some of y'all are fine with having 18 or 19 or 20 because that was your era. Don't get mad at people that want 16, 15, or 14. They experience what you experienced, but you didn't experience what they experienced. You feel me? Come on, guys. We gotta level up. And even the 18 through 20, that'll be a better experience than we're having now, man. So, you know, and just make the game better, bro. I just want a more fun game. I'm not trying to be crying about how bad the game is. I want to have fun. Y'all see me play other games and talk about other things. I'm not some just weird hater doing it for views. I could easily do that. You know, I love basketball way more than you. I don't ISO because it was the meta in any 2K. A lot of only ISO'd because it became easier, the meta. I ISO because of pride. You feel me? You know, I'm really attached to that basketball thing. It's an ego thing.
News, I keep seeing those brought up. So Stacks, I hope the community is happy with them. I see a lot of W's in the chat. That is something that we've been waiting to say for a while, that the scenery in the parks is going to be more natural and more grounded, and the lighting improvements should make the harsh shade and the harsh sunlight a little bit more accessible.
How many years it been?
Less of a bother when you are playing.
Hey, y'all join my Discord for them NBA2K26 leaks, and y'all click the video on the screen, man.
But hey, here we go again. Yeah. Here we go again. People talking this, but when this hit the fan, everything I'm at made me. Now break it down. Yo, off the top of the dome.